Hi everyone, my name's Kyle Laughlin, and I'm here with my brothers Johnny Laughlin and Luke Laughlin. So my mom was saying that she's been hearing a lot about people wondering about Minecraft, which is what I'm playing right now. And so today we're just here to show some of the good and bads of Minecraft. So first off, a rating system we could say about Minecraft. We kind of decided, this is just our opinion, that it's about E10 and up. Think about E10 and up.
Yeah.
And online, there are online capabilities, as in joining servers with people and downloading things called mods, which are just modifications of the game. Those may vary depending on what exactly was made. So those you'll have to look into a little bit closer. But for now, we're just showing off the totally basic Minecraft. So one thing is, right now I'm going to show this difficulty right here. Currently is peaceful. That means basically it changes some gameplay stuff, but mainly means there are no monsters in this game, just things like that sheep over there and other pigs, cows, things like that. But there won't be any of the monsters, which we'll be discussing later. So, as you can see here, it's a neat little village here. And some of the good things about Minecraft are you have I'm in something called creative mode right now, which is just totally building and doing whatever you want. So let's say I just want to build some really neat house. Just let my creativity go. I could select oak wood planks and come over here and just easily capabilities of building stuff, which it's actually really fun and also can be used in quite educational ways, as in building. You could, especially for homeschoolers or whatever, you could have a building project as maybe something you do as like an architecture project for school, extra credit or whatever. So that's fun. It's just a fun game of letting your imagination go free and stuff. Then there's also the point if you're in something called survival mode, which I will switch into to show it off for now. You have things like hearts and hunger, and also a main goal of survival mode is just to survive. Like for example, you'd want to chop down trees like this and start collecting resources and things like that, and just learning how to craft different things, other similarities. So the point of survival mode is just wandering around playing the game. And like I said, we're currently in peaceful mode. So the point of the game right now is pretty much just to collect resources. There's no food necessary, so that's not a problem. And just trying to find rare ores such as diamond, gold, iron, and doing whatever you feel like. Usually a main project type thing would be to build some amazing structure, and you have to collect the supplies from around the world to make it. So that's kind of the main goal of Minecraft, is doing whatever you feel like, but in survival mode, going around, and also unlocking a couple of areas, which we'll be showing later. So another thing I wanted to show is easy, medium, and hard mode. Easy, medium, and hard, gameplay-wise, are basically the same thing. They just change up, for example, how much hit points a monster will deal to you. So for this example, we're just going to show easy mode, and just understand that easy, medium, and hard, what you see and how things act are basically the same. There's nothing really that different. So Luke, if you wouldn't mind switching it to easy mode.
Okay, there we go.
And so one of the fun parts of Minecraft, in my opinion, is you can go around, and when you're in easy mode, at nighttime, monsters will spawn, and you go around and you can fight off those monsters to survive. And if you die, you end up, which we'll be showing deaths too, if you die, you end up spawning back wherever you respawn or something like that. So I'm going to show off some of the monsters to show. There's a witch, skeleton, something called a gaze, which I'm not going to spawn right now, creeper. These are some of the main things you'll see. Enderman, zombie pigman, I'm showing it right now, slime, silverfish. Sorry about this, I'm just trying to figure out which ones are good. Zombie, That comes up a lot. And this is basically the same thing as spider, so I'll just skip over that for now. Not a magna cube. Alright. So, I'm going to show off some of the mobs. Now, the thing about the monsters is, they are monsters. So, it's possible it could frighten some younger children, especially because they only come out at night or in dark places and will usually sneak up on you. But, one nice thing that I like about the game personally is the lack of blood. As you'll see, when I spawn like a witch, or actually more likely something like a zombie.
Oh no, they're attacking me!
As you can see, well, the zombie's burning because it's daytime right now. But as you can see from it, hold on. I'm gonna switch it so he stops burning so you can see him a little bit better. Whoops. Sorry about that. Still.
Oh, great, he died.
That's not what I meant to do. Okay.
That's fantastic.
So as you can see, although it does make those noises, if you can hear them, those little zombie growling and stuff, and sometimes a little bit of moaning type things, there is actually, you'll notice, a lack of blood. And also, as Johnny just showed, when you attack them, all they do is just turn red real quick, but not in a blood way, just more of a showing that you dealt damage. And they generally just look like the main character. There's nothing that scary about them, except it might scare some younger children. It kind of depends on what your child's comfort level is, and what your comfort level is. But as you noticed, as you may have seen, when a person dies, or an animal or anything, they just fall over and disappear in a puff of smoke, which I'll show with Luke, if I can show what it does to you.
Okay.
So, or I can just show it myself, which is probably easier. So, let's pretend somebody's attacking me and they kill me. It'll do this to my guy. Excuse me, Johnny, can't see. Your guy just falls over and disappears in a puff of smoke. No blood, gore, anything creepy like that. So, I'm gonna show up a few more. Just, you saw the witch, which a witch will just throw potions at people. They'll drink potions and throw potions at people. So again, it depends on what your comfort level with things like potions are. It's, there's also enchanting, and I'll show that later. But potions, skeletons, again, they are a monster, but they're just kind of, I just find them kind of cheesy looking and just kind of fun. They're just kind of fun to watch. All the blocky and stuff. Creepers, which will blow up if you get near them. And, again, all these monsters, as you can see, are, except Enderman can get a little bit creepy. Hold on.
Oh yeah, those guys.
If you make them...
They're kind of creepy.
What did I do? There we go. If you make them... Ow. If you make them mad, they do that, open their mouth up in a threatening look, and will start charging towards you and stuff, and teleporting all over the place and sneaking up on you. Those mobs are a little bit... Oops. And kind of making creepy noises and such. Those mobs are a little bit of the more scary types of mobs. So I thought I would show that one off. But, again, even though it's still, you know, just blocks and stuff, it's not, there's no blood, gore, it's pretty safe. It's a little bit, it can be a little bit scary for some kids, I would imagine, but it's not that bad. These little things called silverfish, which are just these little fish that attack you. They're not. Spider, which spider can be a little bit scary in the way that it attacks you, as in, it's not doing it right now. See, it kind of leaps at you and stuff. It's kind of leaping at me there. But again, at least it's like, it can be kind of fun, since it's not really, see, and then when it kills me, I just fall over. It's not really a big deal. So, part of the fun of the game is going off and fighting them off, and trying to survive them, or hiding in places so they don't get you, things like that. I think that's pretty much, and then again, this is basically the same thing as a slime. It's just a little, basically it looks just like a block of fire with eyes that jumps, like a slinky. So, that's kind of the, it's not working as I thought it was. That's just kind of how the mobs look. They can, it really depends. In some ways they're kind of creepy, and in others they're just kind of cheesy, blocky type things. So, it really depends on, what your comfort level is with that, and then again with some of the noises they make and such. But, an interesting fact about Luke, if you could switch it back to, well actually 1 second. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out, did I get rid of all of them? I'm gonna take out a witch, let's say. So Luke, if you could switch it to peaceful mode. So right now it's nighttime and there are monsters around, like this witch, for example. And Luke just switched it to peaceful mode, so now if I try to spawn them, it just does that. I can't spawn them, and they won't spawn normally themselves. So if you're not if you're okay with the game, but you're not comfortable with the monsters like that, you can switch it onto peaceful mode, and parents can even lock that child's world. There's a option for locking it, so once it's on peaceful, that world will not be able to switch off of peaceful. So if you're not comfortable with the monsters, you can do that, and then they just go around and play the game minus the monsters. So some more ups is, so basically there's just a lot of fun stuff you can do in the game, like building your own railway system throughout a town or whatever. Downloading these things called mods, which I was talking about before, which are kind of modify the game somewhat, and those can really vary. You may need to watch what they're downloading on those, because some of them are totally harmless and just add things, like I've seen some that just add like a world of candy and stuff like that, more fun things to play with. And some of them add things like blood and gore to the game, so you really have to, that can kind of depend on what they're downloading there, so you might want to keep an eye on that. And then same thing with servers, which are online places people can go. That was another thing, was the language. There is, I'm pretty sure, no filter on the language. Some places add their own little filters, but they don't always 100% work. So we're going to show a couple things. First of all, is we're playing on something called a LAN server, which means only people connected to our internet can join us, as we have it set up right now. Which means if you're okay with, you know, your child playing with his siblings or his friends or whatever, and don't really want him playing with online strangers, you can set it to be a LAN world, as this is, and only people connected to your internet can join, which means pretty much only people that he knows or she knows, whatever. And, but if they are allowed to join an online server, one thing that can be shown is if Luke start talking in the game, so he's saying stuff, and let's say you don't want to see what he's saying, you can go into options and go into, where is it? Chat settings, there it is. And there's just some little chat settings, but what we're going to focus on right now is chat. And commands only is basically shown means you just see chat. Commands only means you see chat, but when you talk, all you can say is commands. But then what we're really going to look at is hidden, which means now, if Luke were to say something, or actually, I can't even open up the chat menu. So I can't look at the chat or see what anyone else is saying. So if you're okay with them going on to an online server, but you would rather them not see what people are saying and talking about, you can go into that chat setting, switch it to hidden, and you won't be seeing anything anyone's saying. So you're just playing the game. So I'm going to switch mine back to shown, and you can see all the chat again. So now, we're going to look at some other things, which are something called enchanting. So we're just going to briefly look at this, just because there's quite a bit of things behind that, and I'm not going to get into them right now. So there's all these enchanted books, as you can see, which have different enchantments. So if you were to put down an enchantment table, mainly what you do is you get some kind of gear item, either a headgear, or a sword, or an axe, or anything, put it in, and you enchant it with one of these, just enchantments. So, there is magic and enchantment in the game, but it's not like any, like, spells or anything like that. They have magic, but they keep it to a minimum. There's just not a lot. So, I think that's good for now. Let's see, there's also, oh yes, something called the Nether and the End. So I'm just going to show the Nether real quick, and if maybe Luke could get the End ready, please.
Yep.
Sorry about this, I probably should have had this part. There we go. So as you see, you make this little bare portal frame. you light it with a flint and steel, which sets things on fire. Oops, I missed. Oop. There we go. So now, you can go into a place called the Nether, which has its own... Oh, and if Luke could put it back easy, please.
Okay.
So, the Nether, which it looks like I accidentally brought this villager in here with me. What? Oh. I went back in. Okay, that was weird. So anyways, the Nether is kind of a creepy place. It is, as you can see, a world of lava and
fire.
Lava, fire, and lots of red and stuff. This place is kind of creepy, and this is usually where the creepier mobs are. And as you can see, in the biome, a little problem with it is the biome is hell, which that might, I don't know if that bothers you or not. Mainly you can choose to have it open or closed. I usually just keep it closed.
It doesn't really make a difference.
And then here are the things like the zombie pigmen, which they're fun to fight off because if you attack one... Oh wait, hold on. Bother, I gave it, sorry. If you attack one, they all come after you. So... That was close. So those are just some things like the mobs in here, the biome, I mean... But this place does, although this place does have some things, it's not really like a major part of the game. It takes a while to get here, and if you would rather not go here, it will barely affect your game to not go here. There are some things that you have to come here to be able to unlock, such as potion stands, which make, oops, it's the wrong thing, potions, which have all sorts of various effects, like fire resistance, speed, poison, weakness, slowness, invisibility, things like that. But I'm going to show off some of the things you'll find here, such as something called a Geist and a Blaze. Oops, sorry about that. A Blaze. Which are two, along with zombie pigmen, they're some of the more major mobs. So this is a Geist, which kind of looks like a... Hold on, you can't really see it very well because it's in the ground for some reason. So I'm going to spawn... There we are.
There we go, it's fine.
So, this thing's kind of creepy. It's almost like a giant floating jellyfish that makes crying noises. I'm not really sure why. I'm going to go into Game Mode S to show what it sounds like. Oops. As you can see, it's kind of intimidating.
Whoa.
What? Whoops. Darn it. So that's kind of, there's that, and then I was also going to show I'm not there anymore since I died. But then also something that can regularly show up is these things called a Blaze. Oh, I guess actually there it is. So these things, I don't really know what to compare them to. They're just flames with a little face. So then the way they attack is... Not sure why he's not attacking me. There you go. They just shoot a bunch of fire at you and then fly around. These things aren't that creepy. They're just kind of... I find them kind of fun to watch. But anyway, so that kind of gives an idea. So, the Nether is kind of a creepy place, but like I said, if you turn off... You can also turn on peaceful and get rid of all those monsters and such. And also, you can also just choose just to flat out not go there. Or, you can go there, or if you're fine with that, you can go there. I mean... We go there, and it's fine for us, but maybe not as much for some others. It's totally fine. It's totally up to you. Luke, by any chance, do you have a... Oh, there it is.
I'm trying to put it on fire.
So now I'm going to show you... Something's not right here. Oh, there it is. Now I'm going to show you another place called the End. Let me get myself one of these. And we can go there, and I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, Luke, I think you built something wrong. You built something wrong. It didn't make a portal. Sorry about that.
Okay, can you guys go back to it? Okay.
You're putting... Oh, I think these are facing the wrong way. Anyways, we'll come back to that in a little bit while Luke finishes that up. So, oh, and also, a fun little thing is a village, which I'm currently in. This just spawns with the game at times. And sometimes you end up spawning in one, sometimes you have to search for one, it's your choice. So here we're going to talk to saying this guy is a leather worker. And their main currency is emeralds. So what's kind of fun is to go down mining and try to find emeralds, which are very rare. Or you can do things like trading. So let's say I get 10 leather, which can be found by killing cows. I can trade for an emerald. And then if I get enough emeralds, I can buy leather pants. Or I could go to this guy, who is a farmer. 19 wheat for an emerald, 19 potatoes for an emerald, 19 carrots for an emerald, and an emerald for 3 red. So that kind of has, it's kind of a fun, like, system of trading and bartering. Well, not really bartering, I guess, just trading. And kind of a form of currency. So that's fun to do. And also the form of farming, like these little farms here. And what you do is, for example, this is a wheat farm that's ready. So I can destroy it. Oh, I think I have to be in for this to work. Let's destroy this. As you can see, it drops wheat, which can be used as a food source if you make it into bread, and seeds. And then you replant the seeds. So it kind of teaches you about farming a little bit. You have to kind of watch the farm and make sure that when you get the stuff, like that, I have to make sure to go in and replant it. So that's kind of a fun little thing to just do, just farming and learning about farming and stuff. So then, this still isn't done.
Alright.
We'll come back to that. You can try giving yourself an actual portal piece.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what else I was going to show. Oh yeah, so anyways, if you're also exploring around, there's things like pigs, cows, sheep. Sheep are important because what you can do is you can kill them off or use shears and get wool from them. And when you have wool, you can get a bed, put down a bed. The game's basically just making your house, making a house. You can make it big, small, however you want. Just whatever you feel like doing. And exploring the world and all sorts of different places. And as you can see, Luke here built this house. Just as kind of a demonstration. You can learn to, here, you have to get coal to put in here. And smelt stuff here. So you learn about smelting by getting ores and things like that. Crafting, all sorts of different things to put in here. Chests to store your stuff. It's really fun actually, so we love playing this game. We play it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna pause the video real quick while we figure out the end thing. So we will be back in just a few minutes. Alright everybody, we're back. Sorry about that. This here is an ender portal, which leads to a place called the End, which is the last place we're gonna visit. This is called the Overworld. We saw the Nether before, and this is the End. So we can go in here. So I'm not quite. We seem to spawn in a bad area. Let me get out of here. There we go. Wow, that's a really weird place to spawn. Anyway, so there is this place. Oh, there we are. So these guys that we saw before show up all over the place here. There's not a whole lot of them right now for some reason. Oh, there they are. See, they're all over the place here. And so, if I was in... Oh, and there it is. The Ender Dragon. He's kind of the main boss. So if you can see him at all, he's the dragon you're supposed to fight off. I don't find him very scary. Mainly because he looks like he's smiling to me. And, I don't know. It just looks like, reminds me of Pete the Happy Dragon, but in a black and white form. Mainly what's kind of is these guys, which I showed before, which can be a little bit intimidating when they're all attacking you. I can make some of them mad at me, but
They can actually be kind of a lot intimidating.
why aren't they? There we go. So now, as you can see, I have like a bunch of them after me. There's not a whole lot to show there, really. This place is mainly these Endermen, as I was saying about before, and that giant Ender Dragon right there that's going around. So, mainly the game is, so yeah, so the monsters, there are monsters, but I personally don't think they're that bad, but it really depends on your comfort level with this stuff. the main part of the game is just wandering around, having fun, collecting resources, and also just discovering fun things. Like, for example, I don't know if you've noticed about this village, but it kind of spawned in weird ways like this. And it's just kind of fun to go around discovering stuff like that. We built a lot of really fun stuff on here by going to creative mode, such as I am in now. And you can just unlimitedly build whatever you feel like. And we've done all sorts of crazy houses and worlds and a lot of really, really fun stuff. And then the modifications you can download and the servers you can join. They're just a lot of fun. We also showed how you can switch your chat to chat settings, and you can show it to hidden, so you won't see anything anyone's saying. If you do let your child go on servers or whatever, it will keep them from seeing things that are being said, if you don't like that. The difficulties, easy, medium, and hard, which allow the monsters shown. Or if
Peaceful does not.
Yeah, peaceful will not show them. So if you prefer them not to see that kind of stuff, you can turn it on peaceful. And we showed the Nether and the End, which have fun gameplay things, but also some kind of, what's the right word? I don't know.
Kind of creepy stuff.
Kind of creepy stuff, yeah. Kind of, intense things, I guess. So, and, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. And there's a lot more to see and do, but that's something you can learn when you're actually playing. But as safety type things about should they be allowed, should they not be allowed, that pretty much covers a lot of it. And so yeah, there's the peaceful mode if you would like them not to have monsters. There's hiding the chat if you would prefer them not to do that. There's the fun of building things. There's the farming, exploring around, trading with villagers. So, all in all, I think this is a really, really fun game. And, yeah. So, thank you for watching. See ya.
Bye.